Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're having a beautiful day today. I just wanted to make a quick video on the law of attraction, how I've made some mistakes in the past, and how it does truly work. Your thoughts manifest your reality, but what we don't realize is that it doesn't manifest every idea that we think is going to work. I think this is a problem with the law of attraction idea, and it's just a way to sell another concept. So you got to be careful with that stuff, and it's things I've learned over the years and through trial and error. So let me just have a sip of my coffee. Organic coffee, I do like a little bit. Very highly addictive, but that's not what this video is about. Coffee's great if you use it in the right way. Don't drink it after the afternoon. But anyway, law of attraction. Years ago, I'm living on my acreage right now because I dreamed of living on an acreage on the water with the beautiful land and a business and all these things, and I have that now. But this started back like 7 years ago, right? So, and it was only through certain things that happened on their course of time that I managed to manifest this in the long run. But the one mistake that I've made, the biggest mistake that I made, is that I didn't have a for sure, like, when I was getting my land and doing everything up to that, it was all right. Like, I was working hard and putting a lot of sacrifice into everything I was doing, pursuing the freedom, the dream life for my son and me, and at the time for my ex-wife. I call her my ex-wife, but anyway. So all these things were in the dream. She didn't make the dream. So, like, we had to break up in order for my dream to manifest. It was only once that ended, then I was freed. There was no more resistance. And that's how my life is going right now, ever since I got rid of her. It's horrible, but you do as much as you can for the people that you love, and you want to help them, and you want them to come along with you, but sometimes they can't. They got to go on their own little journey. They don't believe in you, and they don't resonate with you, even though they did at the beginning. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. Whole other videos that I'll make in the future. But the one thing is that, like, awakening aesthetics was an idea of mine that I dreamt up in the forest, and I've always wanted to help people and awaken people and share my knowledge and provide value and solutions, amazing products. And that's coming into fruition. All of these dreams are coming in, but where I made a mistake was about patience and about time frame. So, like, when I believed in all these things that I'm doing now and everything that I wanted, I thought I would get it right away. So, like, a few years ago, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want, and I believed it, and I was like, I'm gonna manifest all this stuff. I'm gonna go get all the finances and all the money that I could ever want. Going into these online businesses. I was also doing another online business on the side. And as they went through the time and I kept believing in myself and doing everything, I grew as a person. I put myself out of a comfort zone, but I failed because I didn't look at the time frame. Like, if it took me 7 years or whatever, or roughly 7 years to manifest my acreage and what I'm doing every day and how I'm living with my son, and I own my house, I own my land, I own my cars, all this stuff I manifested, but it took me like 7 years to manifest that. So then when I thought of a business idea like a few years ago, basically when I was getting my land, I was trying to manifest, I was doing my best to manifest Awakening Aesthetics to become a world-known brand and all these things, but I didn't take into consideration that I had to put more work in it, and I need to give it more time. Like, give myself 5 years. No, I was like, a year, or whatever. And I ended up going through a lot of pain and a lot of failures and a lot of financial trouble because, and it didn't matter if I was thinking about getting everything that I was attaining and visualizing it and feeling it and doing all of that work, because I didn't give myself time. I kind of cut everything out and I put it all on the line, and I managed to fail and put myself through a lot of pains and a lot of frustration and a lot of stress that nearly killed me. I'm not even gonna joke about that because stress can be really bad, And when you have these ideas about what you want in your life and these dreams and these ideas, and when they don't come into fruition that quickly, well, you get so upset because you put everything in on the line, and that's where you shouldn't do that. You should make sure that if you're going to do something, like, you can believe that it's going to work, and you can believe in it 100%, your own brand, your own ideas, and that's great. It's good to have that belief system and that mentality that you can do anything. But sometimes you got to look at the market, and you got to look at the work and the time and how much work you're going to have to do to make that a reality. So it's like when I was trying to get my acreage, it's like, what did I have to do? Where did I have to go to do all these things? So it took a long time for it to manifest. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's like years ago when I did my snow removal business. I wanted that, and I thought about it for years, and it didn't show up for years. And then boom, I finally had my own business. I finally was working for myself. I was finally free of the 9-to-5 when I was 24. But then, then that changed, my vision changed, and then I had to manifest an acreage. So like, it's just one thing after another. You got to give yourself at least a few years to manifest the next part of your dream. And that's where I made a mistake, where I made mistakes before, where I didn't give myself enough time, where normally you have to be okay with where you're at. You have to be okay with the now, accept it, and don't stop your suffering, and keep working every day towards what you're going for, and do the work that you have to do to get where you want to be. And keep dreaming and keep doing that. But don't cut yourself short and leave yourself like a limited amount of time where you're like, oh, and then you just create so much stress and problems, and then you actually have more setbacks and more more trouble getting clear because you didn't allow yourself to the proper amount of time and the proper, like, the knowledge and being a mature individual to do these things. So, I just hope this video helps you anyway. But keep that in mind. Like, anything that you want, you can attain it. But you also, it's very good to look at if your dream aligns with what's really needed in the world. And if maybe it's your own thing, it doesn't mean that you can't make it work, but it's going to take some time. So keep doing what you're doing now, and keep working on the things that you enjoy on the side, and create something amazing. So if it's about finances and you want to work for yourself and make your own money and do your own thing, well, you can do those things, but you got to give yourself the time to build it, make a plan, get knowledgeable in that market, have the experience in that market, all those things, like, it's the same thing like with bodybuilding for me. It's like, you got to put in the work. So now that I'm like 4.5 years in consistently, and went through a lot of like failures and setbacks, and grown more than I've ever grown in my life, and I've built an amazing physique and all these things, but now it's finally where I'm getting to a place where I can actually like provide amazing programs and provide all this stuff. But I wanted that 4 years ago, so I put myself through a lot of pain and frustration, because it's not the way it works. Like, the world's full of pretenders, and I think it's social media that kind of trains us to receive instant gratification and learn, and then it like somehow rubs off on ourselves, so we think that we're just going to instantly gratify ourselves because we're like, oh, we believe it and deserve it. So anyway, just watch out for that trap, because I find that the law of attraction does work, and you can manifest your dreams to reality and all this stuff, but you need time. Like, it may happen quicker for you, it may happen in a year, it may happen in 5 years, but you have to be willing to go through the test of time and never give up on that vision and that dream. And that's what it's ultimately about. Do the work and stay faithful, keep the faith high and the hope high, and have a clear vision. And by staying in a positive mental attitude like that, that's how you'll create that reality. Whereas if you don't give yourself enough time, next thing you know, like, oh, it doesn't work, and you didn't give yourself enough time, and then next thing you know, you got to go get a job again or something like that. And then you're like, damn, now you're working against your own reality because you jumped the gun. So don't jump the gun. Stay consistent, make a plan, and look at what the market needs, what people want. And if your solution is going to be great and needed,